streaming. And I'm getting viewers, so that's interesting. Going to grab the link here. Okay. I think I figured out OBS. It's interesting. I'm going to turn on my other light as well. All right, that seems to help. And cool. All right, so I'm going to start streaming here pretty soon. And wait for some people to join. Looks like I'm getting audio, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this off a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see the... we got a problem here. Does not like this video resolution. 860 by 568. What are they talking about? Okay, well. Okay. Turn on a little music. And I'm going to probably bring this over here so I can chat a little easier. Cool. Okay, what do we have going on here? So this is Ignite, it's our CLI. 9,500 stars, almost 96. 728 forks. It's a ridiculous number of forks. So anyway, I'm a little behind in issues, so I'm going to go and just kind of do some review. React navigation drawer issue. So currently I have Ignite version 2.2.2. I think that we have 2.2.3 out. I was having an issue while modifying drawer lock mode for screen by setting React navigation fixed to version 3.0.0. Also keeps React navigation drawer to 1.0.1, which is responsible. The solution is struggled to find where the issue comes from. So this seems like a boilerplate issue. So Ignite CLI doesn't just have the CLI, it also has Andros and Bowser. So Andros is our initial, the original React Native boilerplate that has Redux, React navigation, etc. So I'm going to go look at the boilerplate code for that and see what we have for React navigation. That's right, we install React navigation through a plugin, which, let's see here, I think that's in boilerplate.js. And yeah, so we do have it hard-coded as version 3.0 right here. So this is the part of the problem. Now, I'm going to hit Y, which automatically, I don't know if people saw that, but it automatically changed it from master to a specific commit, so that later if people are ever referring to this issue, like in the future, they're not seeing old code. So, oops, why does it do that? I hit J and it goes to some other J. Okay, now we need to check Bowser as well. So it's the same place. You go into boilerplate and this would be the package JSON. And we are looking for React Navigation, which is actually built in right here. So, oops, again, don't want to give them a link to master. We want to give them a link to a specific commit. I hit Y on my keyboard and that actually changes the URL to something that actually has the SHA. It's really, really nice for future people accessing the issue. They're like, well, what was the issue? And they can actually go find the actual file at that commit, frozen in time. You don't want to be posting master because package.json.ejs line 39 might be something completely different and just totally confuse people. So I'm asking them to also post Ignite Doctor. I am interested, React Navigation, what version we're on with that. So we're at 3.5.1. Yeah, we should definitely be updating. Looks like they've been moving very quickly. Brent, you need to do changelog, although it's probably somewhere else. Yeah, he's got it here. Okay. Yeah, we should really update to the latest. I'm going to edit my comment actually and say I'm going to actually, and I'm going to link to the master in this case, to the latest version. Okay. So, got some people potentially tuning in at some point here. Either way, I'm going to do my thing. So, I am going to label this one as a question because it's more or less what it is. Once he or she responds with whatever, you know, Andros or Bowser, I'm going to actually transfer the issue to that repository because it doesn't belong in the CLI. This is pretty common. So we have Ignite New, Andros, and Bowser not working properly. This should be in the CLI. We have a problem here. Try the alpha, didn't get any further. Windows 7, oh boy. Ignite New, yikes. Windows 7. I am going to tag it with Windows, which is where issues go to die. Dev screens will not add. Yeah, that's probably, I think I know why. Yeah, so it's not just a Windows 7 thing, probably. Ignite doctor results. So one of the things I will do when I'm working on this sort of thing is, you can see how this is Ignite doctor results here. It's kind of hard to read. I'm just going to drop in triple backticks and hit update. So this is actually not a Windows problem. So on Andros, I wish he would give me more information. He or she would give me more information on the on what exactly did not work. Why is that thing showing up? That's strange. So both of them, oh, it's the dashes. That's what it is. It thinks, okay, that's better. Puts a horizontal line instead. So I'm going to keep an eye on the chat here. So feel free to say hi if you are watching. Okay. Dev screens will not add. Ignite 3.0.0 alpha 5, which is fine. Okay, I'm going to go into my playground and I'm going to also jump into Ignite and unlink my Ignite CLI so I can just yarn global add Ignite CLI. No, that's not what I want to do. Ignite CLI at 3.0.0 alpha, is it 5? I think that's the latest one. Okay, so that's done. So I'm going to say ignite new my new app -b ignite andros at alpha, or let's see here, I think it's 4.0.0 alpha dot grep version alpha 2. Is that right? I'm gonna pull. Yeah, still alpha 2. Okay, so alpha 2. And then they said to answer yes to the dev screens, which I'm pretty sure is not going to work because I have not updated the dev screens to work with the alpha yet. So I'm going to let that go in the background while we are doing this. This is going to blow up my CPU. Hey, Evan. By the way, how's the audio right now, Evan? Can you let me know if I'm too loud, too quiet, if the music's too loud or too quiet, etc. Okay, so I'm going to try yes on that. I'm pretty sure that's not going to work. So it should probably break. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. This here I solved recently and I don't remember how I did that. So I'm going to search my own issues here. Yeah, there's 3 issues. So we never did get to the end of it here. Ignite issues are unfortunately a little, like I said, I'm a little behind in this. So Ignite is installing Andros. Okay, so that one didn't work. What was this one? Oh, so just running React Native start reset cache fixed. Patching is in files, not a function. Oh yeah, so this is, yeah. That's right. So there were some changes in alpha, in the Ignite CLI alpha, and some of the plugins that are in the Ignite ecosystem, including the development screens, as you can see here in this line, would you like Ignite development screens? And I said yes. Those plugins have not been updated to reflect the new API. So like patching.is in file is one of the commands that is run by the development screens when they're installing. And unfortunately, that does not exist anymore. So, but we have Ignite standard appears to have worked. So I don't think I want to deal with the Ignite development screens right now. What I might just tell them is that they're going to need to wait until, I don't know. So I'm going to tell, okay, let's see here. I'm going to tell this person okay, so I'm just going to tell this person that and say off topic maybe? Well, I'm not going to do that right now. If that was the problem, then I'll set it as off topic. Same problem, dev screens will not add. So both of these people are correct. However, so yes, and Levi Beers, okay. Let's see here. So these are going to need to be updated. To be compatible with the latest alphas, I would recommend installing or not installing Ignite dev screens until I do. I'm not sure on an ETA. That might be something I can do tonight. But Andros is always a lower priority than Bowser because we use Bowser regularly. Even better, use Bowser. So in this case, I'm going to show how to use Bowser. Ignite, so let's see here. Yarn global add Ignite CLI at 1.0 alpha 5, and then yarn new my app -b ignite Bowser at, I should just give it like a an alpha tag, or at alpha, or at latest is not right. But so if I go to browser, and then do basically this command here, cat package and grep version, so alpha 4. So I want to do 4.0.0 alpha 4. I'm not going to commit to supporting Windows 7. Okay, so this one, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to run that command and see if I can do, my browser app. Actually, nice dash. What is nice anyway? It's nice dash. Okay, so nice dash n 5, and then I'll just dump in this here. So what nice does, I tweeted about this recently. It will run the command, but it will deprioritize the process so that it doesn't dominate my, like OBS will still be able to run, my browser, my terminal, everything will run just as smoothly as can be, and then any leftover cycles it will actually apply toward Ignite. Because right now I don't want to blow up my... Hey Horatio, nice to see you. Must be early in the morning there, I would assume. Yeah, so it's still telling me that the video resolution isn't a good one. I'm wondering what's going on with that. I'm gonna take a second here and see if I can fix that. So display capture, what is the problem with that? Properties, crop none. I don't know what the problem is. Why would it... Let me go into the streaming here. Video bitrate. It's set to 1440. Oh, there. Okay. I need to shut off all of my video, and I'm going to be back because I think this is the problem. I have a very low resolution right now. So give me 1 second, and I will get that set up here. Settings. Go to my... I'm still learning OBS. Why is it saying that I... Okay, I may have to go off of my mic for a second. Okay, it's not that. Why is it saying... I'm going to stop streaming for a second. Hang on, and we'll see if I can come back. Okay, I'm back. Let me know if you're around. Hey, Ryan. Audio is only a left channel. Really? Audio mono. That will work. Oh, great. Now I have to restart OBS. Okay. Hopefully I have the stereo problem fixed, Ryan. Let's see here. 4 a.m. Horatio. This is... Okay, audio fixed. Awesome. I'm very, very glad to hear that. I am going to turn back on my display capture. And yeah, sorry about that, Ryan. I did not even think about that. So I'm using a Behringer, I forget what they call it, but it's like a box that I feed through to the USB port, and for whatever reason, it only picks up left channel. I mean, it's one mic, I guess, so that's why. But yeah, I switched it over to mono and as output, so that's good. Awesome. Well, I can get back to this. So Bowser is asking if I want the detox end-to-end tests. I'm going to go ahead and say yes or true. And just basically, so just for everybody who's just joined, I'm basically verifying that that these instructions from me to try Bowser are working. So Bowser's running in the background while I do this. Cool. All right, I'm going to leave that one going. I'm going to open up a new tab and jump over to the next issue and see what else is happening. So again, we have an error here. I'd like to clean it up a little bit. It makes it a little easier on my eyes to do that. So, so Ignite Doctor is not even running. And I'm wondering what version of, he said that he can't even run Ignite Doctor. I wonder what version of Ignite he has here, because he might have been caught up in an older version. Okay, so I'm actually going to have he or she, let's see here, do this. Version Ignite Doctor. And I'm going to mark this as a question. So I need some information back from San for you. There we go. Okay, cannot read properties, 0 of undefined. It looks like this is working. I had to add this message, running yarn install one last time to make sure everything's installed. Please be patient, because someone thought it had hung. I have this problem where it didn't used to be a problem, but now I have to run yarn install again before you can use Ignite. And so anyway, I probably shouldn't output the message at all, but this is the easiest way to do that to start with. So it is doing that in the background. All right. So this person, I'm Techno Freak, 12 days ago. Let's see. Apparently I said something 6 days ago. Oh yeah, I remember this one. So okay. Yeah, I screwed up that, but then I fixed it. So I think that all of this was due to me accidentally releasing a alpha as on the latest tag. So if I go yarn, let's see, what is it? Dist tag. So if I do that, you can see that latest is 2.2.3. Oh, I do have a next tag. I should probably update that because I don't think alpha 3, or is alpha 3? Alpha 3 might be right. Bowser is 3.0, which is the old version, and Andra should be like 3.0 something, 3.044, yeah. So you can see that those are fixed. It's not on 4.0 alpha anymore. So I think fixing the dist tags problem fixed the issue. Please report if it's still a problem. Well, if there's one way to find out if people are using a piece of software, it's to break it like that. You'll get issues. All right, there we go. Audio fixed. Yeah, everything's good. Cool. Awesome. So 500 error. This should be a fun one. Looks like there's a problem with his formatting here. And okay, wow, bunch of crap there. Build successful. Okay. Ignite doctor. They didn't add that. So I'm going to separate those two. Maybe put a triple dash there and update the comments. It should be easier to read now. Okay, and then we have screenshots here. Not much else. This could be. So let's see here. Looks like it ignited properly. And then did some component generation. That's cool. And then ran React Native run Android. Starting intent. Build successful. And what do we have here? Yeah, okay, so this looks like that same issue that we had earlier, the decorator one. I'm going to ask this person. Let me know if the problem persists, and I'll reopen. So one of the things that I think has been, I guess, part of my philosophy when I'm doing a bunch of open source maintenance is always be friendly. Don't be afraid to close things, but also realize that closing someone's issue can really feel like you're saying. It's sort of like a judgment of them, like, hey, your problem shouldn't be a problem. And I realize that programming is more complex than that. I also don't want to talk down to them, because they may have already tried the thing that I suggest, whatever. So I say hi. I tag them because they may not be following the issue. Some people unfollow immediately to control their inbox. Can you try this? I'm going to close this, but please let me know if the problem persists and I'll reopen. So the door is still open. Most of the time they won't come back and say the problem's still there. But if it is, but if they do have a problem, then they can reopen it. And I do want to know about that. So it doesn't take long to say something like that and hopefully solves their issue. All right. Okay, so Ignite new doesn't throw any errors if more than one argument are provided. So this was an interesting one because there's a PR in progress. I'm going to say in progress here. I'm going to tag it with in progress because this person, James George, Okay, so the problem was that he said ignite new whatever project arg. It'd be nice to show some sort of warning such that new command doesn't take more than one argument. And then his addition to this was to check process.argv slice. So kindly only provide one argument as the project name. So it doesn't prove to be, so I'd asked, can you explain what situation the second argument might be harmful? No, it doesn't prove to be harmful. I guess it makes sense to have such validation so as the user is being warned if he does so, otherwise it may lead the user to think that the tool accepts all sorts of crazy inputs. Hope you got the sense. I don't think this person necessarily, based on sort of the way they presented that maybe English isn't their first language, which is fine, totally cool. Lots of English as a second language users of Ignite, and I do get his point here. I'm not sure that this is enough of a, I don't know, is this enough of a, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hi, James George, I understand where you're coming from. I think I'd like to hear from other people to see if they think this is a common enough, I understand where you're coming from and really appreciate you submitting this PR. Issue to warrant adding an additional check. This is also not, okay, I'll put it on hold until I get more feedback. So I'm going to put, just comment that, and then I'm going to put, on hold. I wish I had like a feedback, I guess discussion is that, like need feedback. So on hold and discussion. So and I'm going to put right here, I'm just going to leave it as in progress because this issue is technically in progress right now. So if someone got there, then they would see that. All right, awesome. Okay. Make sure you have the Android emulator running or a device connected to have set up your Android development environment. I actually, now that I've got through a few of the, like the first ones here, I'm going to say least recently updated. So sort by least recently updated. And I'm just going to start looking through some of these. Remove debug config leaves a blank space in debug config. I do remember this. Derek works for me, Derek Greenberg. So it leaves a space right there. I don't remember the context here. New patching extension, that is true. Steve mentioned that the patching system was ready to go if we wanted to pick this back up. Why did I have that marked as high priority? That's weird. Okay, so set debug config. So I'm going to need to actually go look at the code. So I'm going to jump to ignite CLI here. I'm using Peacock, which changes the color of each like new workspace that you open, just so you can kind of differentiate them if you have multiple open. Right now we're set config, so we're exporting it there. Here's the actual function, and so that's the only place that's okay. So patching replace in file. I think this is an older, what is replace in file anyway? Okay. So what's happening here is we are grabbing the toolbox. We're also grabbing Ignite and grabbing patching from Ignite. Now, Ignite providing its own patching is an old thing. It allows you to patch files. You know, like I generated a new file, because Ignite does tons of generation of new files. And the big problem with this is it's a much older version, where Gluegun, which is powering Ignite, has its own version of patching. It's way better. It's like way better. That's what Steve was talking about. So this set debug config leaves an extra space. So I'm pretty sure that Bowser does not use this. Let me verify that. No, not replacing file. What was it? Set debug config right there, and I'm going to look for that. It does not. So Bowser does not use this. This is only an Andros thing. So while it is true that this is the case, it is not used in Bowser, since we aren't officially supporting Andros anymore. This method is deprecated, or should be. It's not, but, and thus I will close this issue. So there we go. One down. All right. There goes another issue. All right, I'm gonna go back here, refresh, and here's the next oldest one. So ignite doctor -- bug, which ostensibly should open a browser with an Ignite issue ready to go and the results of Ignite doctor pre-filled. I like this idea. AJ and Steve, neither of which work for me anymore. Rest in peace. Well, they're still alive. They're just working somewhere else. I like this idea. This would be fun. I don't actually like ignite doctor -- bug. Something like rethinking this. I think it would be a good idea to have this command be ignite, and I think it should be something like ignite issue or ignite create issue. I don't like ignite create issue. Ignite issue. We should also ask if it's a problem with Bowser or the CLI. All right, so and then file the issue with the appropriate repo. Okay. Yeah, good enough. Refresh. Ignite add windows. Three or so steps to add windows to a project. What does he mean by windows? I don't actually think that this is a good idea anymore. So I'm gonna just say that. We haven't had much demand for this, so I'm going to close it because I don't intend to build this, because we don't intend to build it. So there's another one. See, doing old issues is actually a really good way to kind of work through issues really quickly. API sauce plugin. So API sauce is a it's something that we actually do. It's let me actually show people it. API sauce. Talking to APIs doesn't have to be awkward anymore. Has 1374 stars, not bad. Supported in Node and the browsers and React Native. So this is how it works. You import create from API sauce, and then you can create an API and then do API.get then, or there's also await syntax, which don't know if we are giving any sort of, yeah, so you can use await, async await if you want with API sauce. This is very cool. So, by the way, do I need this anymore? No, I'll leave that. Or turn that off. So provided as a plugin. I don't actually know what he means by that. I don't tend to, we don't plan to build this plugin, so I'm going to close it. API sauce is part of Andros and Bowser anyway. So, question, Horatio, if you don't want to build it but someone submitted a PR with it, would you accept it even if you think it's not an important feature? Oh, that's a good question, Horatio. I think, you know, that's a very good question. I think the best thing to do is to talk to us in the community, community.infinite.red, our Slack community, and say, hey, I'm thinking about building this. Is it something that you think is a good idea? Because we should chat about that. A lot of times the answer is going to be, yeah, sure. Like if you want to build that, that's awesome. Let's do it. I'll provide all the help that you need, etc. But what we found with plugins is that they tend to be higher maintenance. You saw with the Ignite dev screens problem there. Like we need to stay on top of them, you know, fix issues with them, and we're having a hard time like staying on top of the CLI issues that, as you can see here. So I would love to have more plugins, but that adds more maintenance. In fact, let me actually show you what we have as a list of things that we maintain right now. So here's a list of the stuff that we maintain right now. This is not entirely a full list either. I should ask Rich Evans, just added another one that so Rich is maintaining all of these and he just created a new one. So this is a lot of maintenance projects, and we we don't want to add any more unless we have to, unless we really believe in it. So, but if you're going to maintain it, then obviously that changes the story quite a bit. I'm going to open a window. I'll be right back. It might bounce the road noise up, but I read a tweet recently that said that if you're in a closed room, the CO2 content will go up and you'll actually get dumber. So I'm already dumb enough. I don't need to get dumber here. So get some oxygen in here, some fresh air. Okay, so this one is done, and I'm going to jump back here and refresh. Whoops, no, that's not where I wanted to be. Wait, what? Did I click through to something? Sort least recently updated. Styled components plugin. I don't intend to build this one either. Again, if someone really loves styled components and wants to import it or build a plugin, by all means, hit us up in the community. Yes. The horrified emoji was... A lot of those are actually maintained by me. We definitely have people at Infinite Red that contribute, so I can't say that it's all me, but there's a lot. I do a lot of that. Style components is very cool. It's a very cool system, and it works in React Native. So if you really care about it, by all means, let's talk. All right, refresh Reactatron plugin. So I like this idea, and I do want to do it. This is one that we definitely want to put some time into. Oops, what am I doing here? I do want to do this, keeping this pinned for future reference. CC Rich Evans, what is it? RM Evans 9. Okay, so I'm just gonna ping Rich and let him know that I am intending to do that, or someone's going to. Auto requiring all images ideal from a performance standpoint. So Gantt. Yeah, so React Native's bundle system is different from a performance standpoint. Requiring all the images is pretty much how you have to do it. This was before I really understood that. It's a good question, but because of React Native, I guess, limitations, there's not a great way to get around this other than to... Actually, I think there's like a better image component or something like that. That might, so I'm gonna actually look up React Native image fast image. I think this is the one that I've seen. Fast image performant, low performance loading from cache. Yeah, so the image component. Source URI. Can you do it with local images? That's what I'm wondering. So this is kind of an interesting thing here. Only the latest version of React Native if you want new fixes or whatever, you can fork the project. Pretty good point. I'm going to check local image, see if you can do that, because if that's the case, the file scheme is local file, yeah. So it appears, local image not rendering. Okay, yeah, so it looks like this might be a good option. So I'm just going to mention it. However, you can probably use something like React Native fast image. We should consider adding it to Bowser. All right. Okay, so cool. Another one bites the dust. It's not that I'm closing these, but they're, you know, I'm kind of getting through the least recently updated. Okay, so while I'm doing some client work, I'm trying to ignite, and I got this error running React Native run iOS. Yes, so Horacio, if you need to, so there's actually an issue out there, and I don't know exactly why this is popping up. I haven't dug into the exact reason why, but if you run React, instead of letting it run its own packager, if you run React Native start, React-Native space start space -- reset - cache, it'll run the packager, and it resets your cache, and then you shouldn't have this problem anymore. You may need to run yarn prior to running that. I actually think you do need to run yarn prior to that. I'd like to figure out why it's doing that. That's really strange, but that's where we're at right now. Bump up the minimum yarn version. So I have not seen issues with this lately. I'm just gonna close it. All right. CLI needs a list option. No way to see which Ignite packages are currently installed. I'd like to remove the Ignite packages I didn't end up using, but I don't know what they are. So that's an interesting one. By the way, nice-n5 React Native run iOS. Well, before I run that, I'm going to say yarn list. Is it yarn list? That will give me the big list. Yeah, okay. Yarn list grep ignite dash. Whoops. And that's the only one. So I'm going to tell them, unless we have, in the meantime, a good way to see all Ignite packages all installed is I don't mind the idea of the ignite list command. That should be a pretty straightforward one, you know, perhaps using yarn list under the hood and looking for ignite dash packages, which all ignite packages should be prefixed with ignite dash. So I'll leave it open. It worked. Awesome. Glad to hear that. I wonder if there's a way that we can detect that, like that's going to happen, and tell people, hey, let's you know, like this is what you need to run. All right, refresh. We're knocking them out. There's 59 open right now. I don't remember what it was when we started. All right. 1 second here. Okay, I need to jump away for a little bit. My little girls need me to tuck them in. I will probably be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So 8:45 p.m. or so. I'm going to shut off the different pieces here. I actually wish that I had a good image. You know what? I'm gonna actually go look for an image that says coming. We'll be back soon. And see if I can get something I can dump in the channel. Let's see here. Yeah, this one might work. Okay, and then I got to figure out if I can have OBS. Oh no, that's not what I want. I'll just find what is it, Unsplash? I'll find an Unsplash picture and put it up there. This is really important to do. But I want to do it. All right. Okay, and then let's see if I can add it to my please wait. Browse. There it is. Hit OK and turn it on. Whoa. Well, that's cool, but it's way too big. Fit to screen? That's not what I want. Stretch. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave this on, and I will be back.
sloshing and slushing in the depths of a Pacific Northwest winter. It's hard to imagine ever leaving the house again. But you're not a hermit. You've got places to be. And OnPoint has the flexible, low-rate auto financing to help you get there. OnPoint delivers affordable auto loans with an easy online application and fast approval, so you can drive happy with a great rate and a payment that fits your budget. Apply today at onpointcu.com/auto. OnPoint Community Credit Union. Join in. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Dr. Dar from Aesthetic Medicine. If you've been considering a tummy tuck, you should look into the
Okay, I'm back. Not sure if you stuck with me, but looks like I got one more here. Horatio went to sleep. That was cool. He stuck around 4 a.m. Jeez. So I'm going to keep working here for probably another 20 minutes and then I'll be done. Okay, so package support, React Native init, package. I don't know if we already have this or not. That's going to be... This is going to be hard to search for. But I don't think we have this yet. This is a long time ago. Okay, so... This one's not a hard one, though. So this one is a relatively easy thing. So I'm going to say good first issue on this one. Maybe we'll get someone to pick it up. Okay. Import images file. Work with subdirectories of /images. So Frank said he was going to work on it, and then he ended up not having time. I suspect... I don't actually know. This one's an interesting one. Did it start working? I got a problem with my live or something. It shows that it's not live right now, which is strange, but I'm gonna reload this. Okay, cool, it is working. I don't get this. Import images file. suspect this is a Andros thing. So I'm going to open up Andros, see if there's something with that. I don't understand the problem here. Maybe I'm just... Ignite generator. Yeah, this is something really old. Okay. There goes another one. Pre-release builds. And so hook this into our integration tests to run these for us. Good question. So if I hooked it up to next, that would allow me to, well, no, because look at that. That's 0.0 RC3. There's latest. We could probably test both, the latest and the next tags, and that way, diss tags, and that would allow us to know if React Native was going to break Bowser or Andros. Although we lock the version, so we upgrade it when we upgrade it, basically. So React Native is amazingly tested. In 2017? I don't know, Steve. It's a little optimistic. It's better tested now, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna close that. All right, nuclear or nuke command. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here.
Warden, yeah, that tree.
Hey, I'm currently working on something. You need to shut the door. Love you. Sorry about that. Brief interruption. Could we call it nuke? So, Mobile Commander has nuclear, which is a pretty exhaustive, so basically what nuclear does is it clears out a whole bunch of caches, you know, Watchman, build folders, derived data, you know, pod files. It like goes through and just nukes everything. For some reason, Gantt has this weird hang up with calling it nuclear. He loves that name, and I can't stand it. So sorry, Gantt, but I do still want to do this. So yeah, still on the radar. All right. Refresh. Command for creating project plugins. Ignite plugin new thing will create an npm based plugin. We already have this, I think. What the frick? Frank. HR violation. Project plugins. I don't really like this. I don't really like this idea anymore. What I'm going to do is say this hasn't gotten a lot of support, so I'm going to close it. As you can see, I'm pretty quick to close things. People can always bring it up again. I don't have a problem with that at all. This is old. This is very old. I'm just gonna close it. Compatible Bluetooth. So this is, cannot find my module strip answer. We do use this. Windows, Ignite 2.0, RC2. So this is probably an Andros problem. I suspect this is old. Please open a new issue if it's still a problem. If it is still a problem, then I guess we'll see. But all right, refresh. Windows PowerShell issues. My daughter came in and shut my window for some reason. So, okay. Windows, it's assigned to Kevin. Kevin will never fix it, so. I do not intend to fix this. So. To support Windows PowerShell. But if someone wants to tackle this, so I'm actually going to set this as not a bug. I mean, it's kind of a bug, but not one that I'm going to mess with. Help wanted. So there we go. Oh, I love this issue. Just wanted to say that. This boilerplate is awesome. Thanks for sharing it. And then we are going to have this one permanently open. And yes, it is a critical discussion. And I'm going to add all of the other issues, or all the other tags, so it will show up on all of them. That should be a fun one. I love it. That's awesome. Oh man. Okay, I want to see what that looks like. Recently updated. Oh, that's great. That is great. All right, at least recently updated. Control C to cancel. I believe this is no longer an issue. Tag this issue. So I'm going to close that one. Sometimes you can just age out issues. I mean, shoot, if it's 2 years old, why not? Generator should take a custom path. This one we really need to do, actually. Like, seriously. Oh, I like this custom path. Why does it get okay? Balderson. I actually will need this at some point, so if Balderson doesn't want to do it, then I'll probably end up taking this one on myself. Redux persist plugin. So we do have a plugin Ryan made. So let me go look at this. Ryan works for me. Plugin. It installs Ramda seamless immutable. Why is Ramda? Okay, this is all extremely Andros specific. So unless we plan to update it, we should probably shut it down. What kind of issues are on here? Okay, we're not using Redux persist anymore, so we should really shut this thing down. I'm going to so Andros, I think, already uses wait, what? Oh, I'm in the wrong boilerplate. Okay, ignite, add, Redux. Oh, so we are using that. We are using Redux persist in Andros. So we should actually not. We are still using this. Cool. This only works in, I'm going to actually edit this. This only works in to an ignite Andros project. Include clarification that it only works on Andros. Don't intend to port to Bowser because Bowser does not use Redux. And I need Ryan to review this. So cool. All right. Well, for Andros only ref. Okay. Okay, well, I think I got through enough issues. I actually don't know how many I updated. I don't, let's see here. So I updated today. Let's see how many. Okay, starting there, there's 2 there, and then however many we're looking at here. Actually, I'm curious. Updated. So it looks like there's 25. Yeah, 25 of them. So 27. Got through 27 issues. Not bad for a couple of hours here. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging with me. Everybody who did. It was fun to do this stream. I will go ahead and post it online. Let me actually... I'm going to turn off that, and I'm still getting used to OBS, so all right, there we go. But yeah, lots of fun working on Ignite. Thanks for hanging with me. If you're watching this later, hit me up on Twitter, twitter.com/Jamon Holmgren, and let me know what you thought. I'll try to do more of this sort of thing. It's not like it's like super tight. Streaming this is pretty kind of like hang out, look at some open source type of a situation. But yeah, it was fun. So I will probably do it again. But for now, probably gonna go play some Rocket League or something. So everybody have a good day. Bye.